What if we imagine the classroom like an ecosystem? We might begin by recognizing that each child, and the teacher as well, are existing among several competing, overlapping, and interacting factors in the classroom. And every individual brings new factors to the classroom ecosystem that adds more interactions. There are limited resources available, be they concrete items such as places to sit, to the abstract, positive feedback from another person, be it a peer or the teacher. The interactions are ongoing simultaneously, are unpredictable, and put together to create an evolving classroom ecosystem. Let's view this through the lens of Bronfenbrenner's peer ecology model. At the center is the individual. Each individual is part of a microsystem, which is made up of the roles and relationships with others in the classroom. But each individual is part of a microsystem at home, with peers and so on. Individuals change their behaviors in each microsystem. They code switch. This is what happens in the mesosystem, or how the individual manages and is influenced by the interactions of the various microsystems. This is within the sphere of the exosystem, which is the influence of the community norms, such as laws, policies, and so on. These all affect the individual and impact the operation of the meso, micro, and the individual. And lastly is the macro system, which are broader cultural norms, ideologies, values, and so on. All of these larger systems influence the smaller and are then introduced into the classroom ecosystem by the individual. We can then visualize all of the interactions as a very complex, multi-layered Venn diagram type diagram. No wonder establishing and managing a healthy, supportive classroom culture is such a difficult task. But it is not a task that a teacher can ignore and just let evolve. You set the tone and take the initiative with that first moment of developing that first interpersonal relationship with the first student you greet at the beginning of the school year. Obviously, if you show and model supportive, positive interactions, this will begin the development of a supportive classroom. The more the teacher shows support for students, the more likely students will support one another. And the reverse is also true. In classrooms with rigid, hierarchical structures that are teacher-centered result in students in divided groups and more instances of peers acting aggressively toward one another, whereas more egalitarian operations and procedures result in students more connected with peers through healthy friendships and working relationships. In the end, the students are watching you, and you set the tone.